welcome to Myrtle Knits. My name's Liz. I live in England in a place called West Sussex, which is in the south of England. It is a first podcast and I'd like to do more if this one goes well. I will keep this one quite brief. I'm really just showing you what's on my needles and also introducing a new designer, certainly a new designer to me, but I think they've probably been on Ravelry a little while. I would like to eventually, if this all goes well, to find designers on Ravelry that are just perhaps starting out and just shining the light on them really, which would be really nice. I will also perhaps talk a little bit about what I'm watching. I'm very, very keen on watching the TV. There's lots of things I like. And then I will think about different things as I go along. I'll try and think of things that I can incorporate. And also, I would like to start some knit-alongs, but that just might be a little bit in the future, just to wait and see how this goes. I've got a pad next to me, so one for taking any notes, but also you might have to I'll be putting my glasses on every so often, just so I can read what I've written down as my notes. And also this, I don't really want to do a lot of editing and before posting, so you're going to pretty much get me as I am. And so there'll be lots of lots of mistakes, lots of blank moments where what was the word? But apart from that, hopefully it'll go well. Now, the first thing I want to show you is something that I've been working on, and I must admit, it's a sock. I work on a lot of socks. I've done a few of my own jumpers that I've designed, but they mainly focus around Christmas, which is just one of my favourite times. But as far as if I designed any jumpers, I'm just not in a position to be able to put those out because I would need some help with all the sizing and everything like that. But maybe one day in the future, who knows. So the first thing is I'm knitting a sock that was a previous pattern, and I'm just changing up the colours and also changing the sole of the foot and just seeing how it turns out really. I've become one of the people that once upon a time it was black socks from a well-known shop, and that's what I would wear, and I would keep my home knits for at home. But now I tend to wear my socks all the time. They're the most comfortable socks around, and obviously very warm, and yeah, just love them now, so it means I have to knit more. So the first one I'll show you, a little pineapple bag here. I probably should have got this out beforehand, shouldn't I really, rather than getting it out now. So I've decided to go with some blues and browns, and these are Paintbox yarns, they're sock yarn. And it's actually it's called a phone doodle, which the phone doodle part is when I was at work in the office. I do apologise for the terms. When I was working in the office, part of the thing was when you're taking notes down, I had a pad. The other thing is I need to make sure I look in the right place. I had a pad, and if I was taking a call, I would doodle. And this is one of the doodles I would do. So it's just a diamond, and I've called it a diamond phone doodle sock, and it's heel flap and gusset, and I've changed the underneath to the pattern that's actually in Ravelry. I did a 1x1, just keep knitting across and alternating, but I decided to do a 2x2 stripe, which I really like actually. I think it's I'll probably prefer it to the original really. So as you can see, I've nearly finished this one, so I'll have to go on to the second sock, which I will do the second sock now, but once upon a time I had I used to call it a no second sock syndrome group I set up, because I used to struggle. So I've got many odd sock but I've done them in a similar sort of colour, or either the same pattern and just different colours, or I matched colours up with different patterns. And that's worked really well, but I must admit, it is nice to knit a pair now. I've done quite a bit more gift knitting, and I didn't think I'd get away with giving them odd socks, but I suppose I might have done. I could have tried. So anyway, this one's nearly finished, so by next week I'll be on my next one, I imagine. Well, before that, I think, end of this week, with my other project that I've got on the go. And like I say, I don't know how often I will come on and put a video up. I'd like to do it regularly, because I know, certainly for me, some of the people that I love watching YouTube videos of knitting, the podcasts. I'd like to do it a bit more regular, maybe 2 to 3 weeks. But we just have to see how, like I say, how this goes really. But I'll show you my next one. Now this one is one I'm going to have to put my glasses on, because this is a new to me designer. And this is called a Heartsplosion, her pattern, which I really, really like. And I've learned a couple of new techniques. And that's another thing I thought I might try and incorporate, is as I learn a new technique, I might actually do a little video tutorial of the new technique and what I think of it really. But this one, she explains to knit it inside out, which helps with the floats and the overall tightness of the sock. But I raced ahead, like I did, and did it in my usual way, picked up my floats in my usual way. And it is a little bit tight, but fortunately my daughter absolutely loves that. For any socks that are slightly tight, they go to her. So she's already tried it on, goes over her heel, no problem, loves it. So this will be for her eventually. And the other thing she does is the ladderback jacquard technique, which I've heard about lots, and I've even seen it done. I've watched some tutorials on it, and it does look great. Never tried it myself. I'm halfway through this, I thought I'll try it. But I must admit, I think with this particular design, for my first time, I got in a bit of a muddle, but I can see that it's going to work really well. And the lady, again, whose pattern this is, she has, within her pattern, she has some links to some video tutorials she's done. And it was really clear and really good. So I would definitely recommend that if you ever wanted to learn those techniques. Purchase this pattern, and let's say that's on there, that she's showing that technique, and also the technique of how you turn it inside out to knit inside out, going round, and just to create again a bit more space, a bit more stretch. So let's say I'm loving this one. I have made a little adjustment to it, because I'm very much, when I do a pattern, I have a pattern that it's quite repetitive. You can end up picking up and see what you're doing, and this one is not so much, which is something I really like actually. It's not something I've not done before, but I really like it, but I do have to concentrate on it quite a bit. So what I decided to do is, because I like it so much on the blue and brown, is I'm going to do a 2x2 sole of the foot. But anyway, I'm going to put my glasses on now so I can tell you who this is. So it's actually, like I say, a new designer to me. Oh, this is interesting. But it's not a new designer on Ravelry, I don't think. You know, she looks like she has lots of lovely patterns. So I should definitely be revisiting her site. Now, it's called Heartsplosion, and she's called Jennifer Beaulieu. So go and visit that pattern if you fancy that, because like I say, I'm really enjoying it. I know it's going to look lovely, and it's already been stolen from me, so I know as well I'm definitely have to knit a second pair of these socks, because I would like some too. Okay, so that's really what I've got on the needles that I'm currently working on. I have lots of things on needles. I think, like lots of knitters, that my work's in progress, that some get put away for a little while, some sit there in the hope to be knit upon, and some I give up the ghost on for a little while. But like I said, I can slowly incorporate those and show you those. And the other thing I would like to show you each week, I haven't done it this week, like I said, I'm going to keep this as brief as possible, is I would like to show you my knits did I say that at the beginning? I may have done. It's my knits from the past years, really. I've been knitting for some time. Just a little bit of history on me. I'm one of these people that I don't remember learning to knit. It was with my nan. My grandmother taught me to knit, and I've tended to stick to the same thing, which is, in a way, I'm now in my 50s, and really looking to learn a lot more techniques. I think I know a lot more than I think I do, but of course I watch YouTube, I watch knitting videos, and I think, oh my goodness, these people know so much. It's brilliant. I want to learn that, and so that will be a plan. I will learn and maybe take that forward and share that learning process and everything with yourselves as well. So just a little bit of a more social, probably not the right word actually, social, personal maybe. It's about what I like to watch. I always think that's quite nice. Some people say what they're watching, and I've picked up a few things that I think, oh, I've not seen that. I'd like to watch that. So one of the things that I'm watching at the moment with my husband is, we dip in and out of it actually, is MasterChef Australia. I love the UK MasterChef too, but the Australian one, they're just brilliant. And I'm not much of, I can cook, but it's not something I've got much of a passion for. But I love watching the cooking programs. They're really, really good. And so particularly this one. And what's really good about it is we hadn't seen them. We found them a couple of years ago, and we started to have them as they would fill in, because they're only, well, they are about an hour, but we can dip in and out. We don't need to finish one. We can take that, leave it a week, a day, and just jump straight back in. And they've done many series, so we're actually about 10 years away still, but really enjoying those early ones. I think we're on series 4 now. So current, a bit more current, that's up to date, we're watching in real time, is The Masked Singer. We've just finished that, and that was really good, the UK one. And I think they do one in America too, but I've not seen that. I'd like to. And also here we're partway through Dancing on Ice, and that's something that's really good and we really enjoy too. When I'm watching TV on my own, I must admit I like some of these reality programs. I really like Married at First Sight, especially the couples that end up getting together and staying together. I just think it's great. I used to watch The Bachelor and The Bachelorette, but I haven't seen that for a while, but that's something I really enjoyed. And I will watch lots of YouTube videos, so not so much the TV side, but I do like the knitting YouTube videos. They are always really good. Andrew Mowry is one of my favourites, because she does a video, but she does it as a question. So if you've got a question, you can post that to her and she'll pick up on it and cover it, and I've learned quite a few things from her, so that's been really good as well. But anyway, I think that's it really for today. I shall let you know I've got a Ravelry store if you do want to have a little look, and that's Myrtle Knits. That's MYRTLE, and then there's a space in that, knits. It's all lowercase. I've also got a username in the Ravelry store, not in the Ravelry store, my username, on Ravelry, and that's Myrtle Knit a Bit. That's one word. And then on Instagram, I haven't really got much going on Instagram at the moment, but I'm hoping, my children would laugh, I'm hoping just to be able to post more content. Again, some of my earlier knits to be able to put up, and just a little bit more on there would be really good. And that's, if you want me on there, that's Myrtle Knits, all one word. So they're all slightly different, but they've all got Myrtle in the title, and that's what my grandmother's name was. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed this short video, and it'd be really nice if I get the chance to make some more, and I look forward to seeing you all next time. Take care, bye bye.